This morning on Daybreak, a follow-up from a local soldier that was killed in Texas recently. Also, and an attorney for Great Clips in Springfield is blaming a local hospital for not testing one of their stylists sooner. Also, a scam warning for you to know about. A local woman shares her story of how she was nearly tricked. That's all coming up this morning for you on Daybreak. Good morning, everyone. It's a Friday. It is May 29th. I'm Joe Morano. Thank you for joining us. We've got plenty of news and some fun to get to over the course of the next hour. For now, meteorologist Elisa Raffa joins us, though, this morning, and we are getting set for a weekend, and I think everyone wants a rain-free full weekend. You know, we had a good Saturday last week, but we still had some rain coming in and out during the long weekend.
Yeah, I've seen lots of complaints or requests on my forecast on social media. It's just the rain is just so much, and it's not good for hay conditions, I've learned, for the farmers. So we really need a good dry stretch, and it's coming.
It will happen these next few days?
Yeah, starting today, we'll start to get some more sunshine, and then we'll have it last through next week. But we are starting out with some fog. Can't really see too much outside of the camera in Springfield. It's 59 degrees with north and west winds at 6 miles per hour. We're down to 2.5 miles visibility in Springfield, a 1/4 mile in Camdenton, and we're getting some of that fog to dip into southwest Missouri, so just be careful. We're mostly clear out there this morning with just a few clouds. The last of them are exiting. It's 61 degrees in West Plains, 59 in Monette, and 60 degrees in Mountain Grove. So starting out with some fog on the roads this morning. We'll be dry as we head through the afternoon with lots of sunshine for a change. So if you want to fire up the grill, it's going to be a nice day. Mostly sunny with highs in the middle 70s. We stay clear and calm through the evening hours. I did some number crunching for you this morning on the 5th wettest May on record. We're finally dry starting today, a beautiful weekend, and then it turns summery next week. Your full forecast is up in 10 minutes. Joe?
The parents of 27-year-old Brandon Rosecrans of Kimberling City have spoken with us. He's the soldier that police say was murdered 11 days ago near Fort Hood, Texas, where he was stationed. Jesse Inman spoke with his parents, and he is actually a graduate of Blue Eye High School. They want their son to be remembered, not to be remembered as a victim, but as the bright light he always was.
Brandon needs to be remembered for the fun and the jovial and the funniness and just things kids don't do anymore.
About 48 hours after Brandon Rosecrans was shot to death 9 hours away from home, his parents, Thomas and Christy Berg, were outside their house when they met two men in uniform, asking for directions.
We found out that they wanted to speak to us. It turned out that someone took his life, and on Monday, the 18th, in Killeen, Texas, he was stationed down there. For that to be taken away 4 days before his 28th birthday was probably the worst thing that a parent could ever see or ever hear.
The Bergs were told that Brandon's Jeep was found on fire in a different location than his body. The parents have been in close contact with the Army, the police, and the lead detective working the case, for which they are very grateful.
She is feeling very positive about the case. We just don't have anything for it. Other than that, my son was just a good kid. He did things like every other kid did. He made his mom and dad mad, but not as much as he made us proud.
Thomas says one of their proudest moments was the day they found out Brandon wanted to join the Army. Having dealt with ADD and ADHD growing up, they say he graduated from boot camp a changed man.
He was such a gentleman. He always asked or spoke to people, Mr. Tom or Mrs. Betty or what have you. But when he came out of the Army, he knew what side to walk on for a woman. He knew how to address a person. He knew how to handle it in the conversations. And it seemed the ADD just slipped away.
They will lay him to rest next week after his body is returned home. But after that, they plan to see that their son's killer is caught.
My son will get justice. I'll see to that if it takes my last breath.
The visitation for Brandon will be Monday night from 4 to 7 at Stump Funeral Home in Kimberling City. His funeral will be the next day at 11 at Baptist Church of Kimberling City, followed by a full military honors upon burial at Philibert Cemetery. The full interview with the Bergs is on our website, ozarksfirst.com.
And now an update from Color 10 News on the coronavirus.
New potential exposures to tell you about here. The Springfield Greene County Health Department says there are 6 new cases as of yesterday. 5 locations across 5 different days have been potentially impacted. Those people have traveled to there recently. We have a full list of that over on ozarksfirst.com. Health officials say none of the cases were clients from Great Clips. 42 results have come back from there. So far, all of them are negative. And we also have a follow-up with Great Clips today. A lawyer for the Springfield franchises there says that the institution has been treated unfairly after a stylist went to work with COVID-19 and potentially exposed clients. The 3 Springfield locations, as you know now, are temporarily closed because they've been getting so many threats. An attorney says doctors at Mercy Urgent Care didn't give the stylist a COVID-19 test when she asked for one on May 12th. Mercy responded with a statement saying privacy laws prevent talking about specific patients, but they say they did follow state and CDC criteria for the testing. Now, on May 18th, that stylist felt like her taste and smell was, quote, off, which is what led to her getting that coronavirus test. The attorney says the health department did not tell the stylist to quarantine after getting tested.
She worked for 2 days and then she got the results back that she was in fact positive. So she is a person too who is at high risk.
The health department says it can't talk about the stylist's case, but they sent us a sample of their patient responsibility form given to anyone who gets a COVID-19 test with the department. The form says patients who are tested are advised to stay home except to get medical care. Patients are also asked to wear face masks when around other people. And if symptoms worsen and if you need to see a doctor, make sure they know you've recently been tested for the coronavirus before you enter the office. Tomorrow, 22 new COVID-19 test sites will open at CVS pharmacies in Missouri. 3 will be in Springfield. Testing will not happen inside the store. Pharmacy workers will actually give patients a self-swab test through the drive-through window and will watch to make sure it's done correctly. Tests will be sent to a third-party lab. CVS says results should be ready in around 3 days. You also need to register online before showing up. Someone posing as an FBI agent nearly tricked a Springfield woman into thinking she won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Shelly Hoskins entered it hoping to win the $1 million. She got a text saying she won and an FBI agent would contact her. That person claimed to tell her to help get her the money, she would have to pay for shipping. Then, on her payment, she had a tracking number that was actually from November of 2019.
And so then I called the FBI. And then I gave them their numbers and said that he had presented on the phone that he was an FBI agent with a badge and an ID, Finally stopped when I gave him the number to the Federal Agent Bureau FBI people and told him that he was going to be lucky he might get to be on TV.
Publishers Clearinghouse says no winner is ever asked to send money to collect a prize. If you're in that sweepstakes, the next big winner is announced on June 30th. Got some news around the region for you. An officer-involved shooting happened yesterday afternoon in Little Rock. One person was taken to the hospital with injuries and no officers were hurt. A store owner saw the suspect waving a gun around and officers told him multiple times to drop his weapon. At least one officer eventually fired and he was taken to a nearby hospital where the victim's condition is unknown.
We understand that incidents like this are troubling not only for our department, its members, but also the community. We will be conducting a very thorough investigation and will be providing information as it becomes available as the investigation moves forward.
The officer that fired his shot has been placed on administrative leave while this incident is under investigation.
We're starting out with some fog out there this morning. We're down to 1 mile visibility in Springfield and a 1/4 mile in Camden. We've got a dry, beautiful weekend ahead and it lasts into next week. Details on that coming up next.